two journalists who were working for Radio France International when they were kidnapped. A spokesman for Abdel Karim Al-Tagri, a senior Arkin regional commander, told the Hara media the killings were just a small part of the price President Francois Hollande and his people would pay for this year's military intervention in Mali. French and Malian troops launched the military operation to dislodge Islamist militants from the north of the country. They were threatening to invade the capital of Bamako. That's an intervention that France describes as largely successful. Yet, pockets of militants remain active in parts of the country. On Tuesday, France announced it had bolstered its military presence by 150 troops in Kidal, a northern stronghold of Tuareg separatist rebels, where instability has grown in recent months and where the journalists were abducted. Our recommendation, it's obvious, is to not only in this zone in Mali, but in the whole of Sahel, be extremely vigilant and careful. I'm making particular mention of this because problems often arise vis-à-vis journalists. Despite the killings and reports of continuing militant activity, Fabius repeated that Paris would not delay a planned drawdown of its troop presence in Mali from 3,200 to 1,000, scheduled for February. The killings follow the freeing of 4 other French hostages, employees of French energy firm Arriva, who had been held in Sahel region for 3 years.
Also on the program, we'll re-examine the fresh protest by Nigerians over the killing of a Nigerian in Goa in India. Now, over 200 Nigerian protesters mounted a roadblock to demonstrate the murder of their fellow compatriots. Now, about 53 Nigerians have been arrested. Now, will this go into the records as another xenophobic attack in the long list of attacks against Nigerians abroad? Now, well, Network Africa had a phone interview with Nigeria's High Commissioner to India, Ambassador Ndubuisi Amaku. Now, he vehemently denied the allegations that the Nigerian killed in India was not involved in a drug deal. Now, Ambassador Amaku also assured Nigerians that investigation is being fast-tracked. Now, let's hear him.
First of all, I would like to reassure Nigerians that the situation is under control at the moment. We're trying to at least appeal to both sides to calm nerves so that we'll be able to have enough reason and appropriate environment to handle it, address the issue. This was a young man who we are told was waylaid on the street by some people who are yet to be identified and macheted down on his motorbike. As soon as this happened, of course, the High Commission dispatched an officer to go to the place and give us a first-hand assessment and review of the situation, which he did. Of course, before then, we had already contacted host authorities to intimate on the situation. Nigerians naturally protested because, number one, the circumstance of the killing, and according to the reports we got, the inability or the seeming unwillingness by the local authorities to apprehend the culprits, the perpetrators.
But we understand that the Nigerian was involved in a drug deal. How true is this?
This is not correct. The young man has been determined to be a very innocent person. And even at that, even if a Nigerian is involved in drug, as I have been telling people, the proper punishment is not to hack him to death at all, was not remotely even connected with any drug incident. We have determined that and affirmed that.
So what is the Nigerian High Commission doing to address the situation?
We are handling this through the appropriate diplomatic channels. Our principals at home have been informed. The principals here, the government here also have been informed. And we are meeting, like I said, through diplomatic channels to resolve the issue. And we hope before the weekend we arrive at a very acceptable and appropriate conclusion.
Now, I would like to have your comments on the protest by Nigerians over the killing of their compatriots at Goa in India. Now, you've heard the comments of the Nigerian High Commissioner, and you've heard his comments on what happened and what actually transpired. He has denied vehemently that the Nigerian killed in India was not involved in drug. But why not send your comments? We'd like to have your comments on Network Africa at channelstv.com. And here's the Twitter handle on your screen. Now, attacks on Nigerians abroad is now becoming more frequent, while the Nigerian government has frequently appealed to Nigerians abroad to be of good conduct. It leaves a bad taste in the mouth that the Nigerian government gives so much outpour of generosity in terms of peace support and also its technical aid scheme to Africa, Pacifics, and the Caribbeans. Now, does Nigeria need to redefine its foreign policy thrust in terms of its ties to other countries? Now, in our mission to set the record straight, Network Africa goes one-on-one with the Chairperson House Committee on Foreign Affairs, Honorable Nnenna Okeji. Join us in this dialogue. You're welcome on this edition of Network Africa.
Thank you very much.
Now, let's quickly go into the specifics of the story now. Recently, Nigerian citizens have come under severe attacks abroad. And it raises the question, do we have enough enabling laws to protect Nigerian citizens abroad?
Well, of course, the ground norm, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is very clear that the security of lives and property of Nigeria is guaranteed under the Constitution. And of course, we all know that any law that is not in conformity with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to that extent, that law is null and void. Of course, I don't think that there needs be any other law because that would amount to over legislation. But what that law does is that it is the security of lives and property of Nigerians are guaranteed within Nigeria. But then we also have the missions abroad that carry the mandate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And they are charged with the responsibility of ensuring that Nigerians around the world do not come to danger. And when they do come into any kind of danger, there are set rules and responsibilities that the missions have towards the citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Let's refer to the killing of a Nigerian in Guinea-Bissau that happened recently. Have you been able to get to the bottom of this investigation?
Well, the responsibility of Nigerians and the missions to Nigerian citizens are, I mean, they're quite a number. For instance, you know, the Nigerian embassy would be charged with the responsibility, say, for instance, of giving a Nigerian, reissuing a Nigerian passport in the event that his passport was lost. Should a Nigerian need medical attention, they would have the responsibility of ensuring that they get medical attention. But let me also say that at this point in time that it is very important for us to realize that we do not have the powers to investigate or to bring to book, as it were, crimes in other countries. So, of course, what we do is ensure that that happens. And so the Nigerian embassy is a little handicapped. But with what happened in Guinea-Bissau, I mean, it was such a terrible thing, and so much so, and we could see the remorse of the government of Guinea-Bissau, so much so that they came out and they apologized to the government of Nigeria, and they showed a commitment to ensuring that they came to some resolution in the matters. I understand that 4 people have already been arrested because of this, but of course, everywhere in the world, the wheels of justice cog very, very slowly. And we're watching that space very closely, and we're hoping that they come to some kind of resolution. As I said earlier on, the people have been arrested. Unfortunately, Nigeria's hands are tied with regards to interference with their judicial processes, but they have charged this matter to court. I understand the arrests have been made, and we're watching that space very closely, and we hope that there should be some kind of resolution to that very unfortunate incident very quickly.
Have you spoken with Ambassador Megida Adams, the Nigeria's ambassador to Guinea-Bissau, to find out his own version of this story?
Well, yes, we spoke with him. And his own angle, of course, was there was a misunderstanding. They had accused a Nigerian of kidnap, and before you knew what happened, it had snowballed into a mob attack. Of course, they did what they had to do as the Nigerian embassy. But let me also state at this point in time,